we got 4 blocks for you. It's a little good and fun. So this first block, we're gonna end up totaling 100 reps. We're going to do squats, push-ups, deadlifts, and low rows. So you want some lighter dumbbells out for that. It's going to be 20 reps per exercise 5 times through. When we get to round number 2, you want a kettlebell for that one, as we got a lot of kettlebell work in round 2 and 3. Again, you can always replace that with a dumbbell, and I'll show what those look like. Round 4 is going to be more body weight stuff, just hit that core. So without further ado, let's talk about what we got. We start off with 20 squats. These can be weighted or unweighted. Remember, we're going to end up totaling 100. Sit those hips down and back, drive it on up, squeeze, and open those hips at the top. From there, we go into 20 push-ups. These can be on toes or on knees. Get nice and low, exhale as we drive it up. Still focus on keeping that core nice and tight. I like to hold onto weights for that deadlift. Again, you can do it without any weights. Shoulder blades pinch back, hinge back at those hips, feel that stretch butt back legs. Then drive it on up. Again, open those hips at the top. We then sit back in those hips. Hold those weights in, shoulders bent down back. Drive the elbows up by that rib cage, nice, slow, control down. Again, notice how I'm not dropping my shoulders and rounding my spine. I'm going to keep them locked down back that whole time for those 20 reps. Again, we got this 5 times through. So without further ado, let's go ahead, shake it out, and get ready for this first round of exercises. Starting with those 20 squats in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go, 20 of those squats. Sit down into those hips, drive on up, squeeze at that top. Again, you can always have this weighted if you want. There's 6. As always with squats, make sure that those knees don't glide inwards as we're going up and down. If you feel like they are, try and keep that tension pushed out at those knees. Always opening those hips at the top. We got 5 more. 2, 3, 4. That's 20. Now we got 20 push-ups. Again, finding that push-up position that works for you. Knees are toes, core is tight. Get low and drive it on up for 20 reps. Halfway. 19. That's 20. We then switch it to 20 deadlifts. Again, this is to work the opposite side of those legs. So really focus on pushing those hips back. Get that stretch butt back of legs. We've got 20 reps here. It's gonna be a little bit slower down. Quick drive up. As always, you can walk those feet a little closer together to increase that intensity, or a little bit further out to decrease. Never feel this in that low back. $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, and $20. Perfect. Here now we got 20 of those low rows. So I'm going to hinge back those hips, shoulders locked back. We drive up, squeeze that upper back. Nice, slow control down. Again, the more you have that chest to the ground, the higher that intensity can be. But remember, you don't feel this in that low back. The goal is to squeeze those shoulder blades together at the top, control down. And 20. Now we're going to start this whole thing in. 20 more squats, starting round 2 of 5. Again, as we go through these rounds, we can always play with getting a little bit more into that range of motion. Make sure you breathe. 15, 18, 19, that's 20. Going back to 20 push-ups. Again, that core is nice and tight. Remember, we're not bobbing the head up and down like a snake. Ooh, back into those deadlifts. Again, feeling it butt and back of legs. Drive up, squeezing that core. Looking solid, crew. And halfway, again, focusing on hinging with those hips. Keep those shoulder blades back. See how low we can get. And 20, going that low row for 20 reps. Hinge it back, pinch those shoulder blades up, control down. $19, $20. Whew. So that's round 2 down. Now we're on round 3 of 5. Again, sit back in those hips and drive it on up. Remember, we're going to end up totaling 100 reps today. All right, more. 18, 19, 20 of those push-ups. Getting core engaged. Going back into those deadlifts, hinging with those hips, squeezing that core. As always, move it at your own speed for this block. $19, $20, going into those low rows, hinge it back, squeeze that upper back, control down. $17, $18, $19, $20. Here, get into round number 4. Get into those 20 squats. You can always open at the top. Keep those knees out. 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Going 20 more push-ups. Second to last time here. 20. We're going to get into those deadlifts. 20 reps. Shoulder blades back, hinge, and drive. Fifteen, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Get into my 20 low rows. We got one more round after this. And 20. Now we're getting to that final round, 20 of everything to total 100. Start with those squats. Whew. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Here we go for 20. That's 100 squats done. Finishing up those push-ups. $19, 20. Into those 20 deadlifts. Hinge back, snap up, squeezing that core. $17, 18, 19, and 20 into that low row. Hinge back at those hips, squeeze those shoulder blades. Perfect. Here we just knocked out 100 reps of those first 4 exercises, so that body should feel a little warm. So round 2, it's going to be on the minute 2 times through. We start with right side snatches where we're ending up overhead. Then we do left side snatches. Then we do right side cleans. We're ending by that shoulder. Left side cleans, and then we're just going to hold on that kettlebell for the swings. Both on the snatch and the clean, that weight should come up right along the mid part of your body, and as it's coming up as close to the body as you can. For that clean, or for that snatch, you're going to snap it and end it up overhead, take it back down, control down. Again, you use your hips to throw it up with that shoulder shrug catch, right back down. For that clean, you're just shrugging and catching, right back down, again along that body. If the snatch or the clean are too much for you, you're just going to do that hip hinge to upright row, keeping that shoulder blade down and back, just lifting that weight up. Again, the dumbbell is going to look pretty similar to the kettlebell. You're just going to be a little bit further out, just because of how they're shaped. but still keep as close to the body as you can. For the swing, dumbbell and kettlebell swing, hinging back at those hips, feel butt, back, and legs. Core is tight, shoulders locked. You snap it up, control it on down. Focus on that hip snap, and that power is coming from the hips. Again, you should never feel it in that low back. So without further ado, let's shake it out. Find that kettlebell, and get ready for that right-sided snatch on the minute, left-sided snatch on the minute, right clean, left clean, and then we swing it 2 times through. We take it up in 3, 2, and 1, starting with those snatches. Hinge my hips back. That forearm is right about groin height, not lower. Snap it all the way up, catch it overhead, right back down. As it comes up, it's gently wrapping around you, meaning that it's not going to smack your forearm as you're going up or down. Keeping that weight as close as we can as we go. Focusing on using those hips. We warmed up during those deadlifts. Then take that breaks if and when you need it. If you're using a dumbbell, you don't need to worry about that loose grip. Let's switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Tend to have to focus a little bit more on my left side, so never a bad spot to be. Couple pointers, your free arm is never on your thighs. It can be out behind your back or out to the side. We don't actually want to use it to push up, to move a weight. Nice one towel movement. In about 20, we switch it to cleans. We'll be stopping, shoulder height. Let's get ready to right side cleans in 3, 2, 1. We just come up, hold it right here, right back down. So using those hips, just drive it up. That nice light grip, so the kettlebell can roll around your forearm and not smack it. Again, keeping that bell right along the body, or as close to the body as you can. We got 30 seconds so we switch sides. As we keep going, make sure that wrist stays nice and neutral and we're not going back. 15. Crew, let's get ready to switch sides. We're cleaning on the left in 2, 1. Get into that clean. That was a little bit of excitement. Again, make sure you're not losing control, causing it to smack you. As always, that upright row is a great option as needed. Looking good. Snap with those hips. We got just 10 seconds. And then we're gonna go into that swing, both hands. Again, make sure we're hinging and snapping with those hips. Squeeze at the top. So notice how I'm not hyperextending my back. And I'm not leaning too far to the back. That bell always stops. Chin height. Arms locked. We got 30 down, 30 until we take it to round 2. Try to push your butt back like you're closing that car door, and you really gotta shoot it back. Looking solid. 15 seconds. Keep those hips moving. Crew. We take it back into that right-sided clean in 3, 2, 1. Use that hip. Land it up. Control it down. Best we can. Looking good, crew. Again, lock those shoulders. Keep those wrists tight. 30 seconds. Looking good, crew. In 10, we'll switch sides. In 3, 2, 1, switching sides. Again, try to keep it nice and controlled. Make sure you're not smacking that forearm. I like to pause just to make sure everything's pinched together. Keeping that core braced. 30 seconds. Try to keep that along the center of the body as we go. Let's get ready. We got right side cleans in 2, 1. Cleaning it. Just to that shoulder. Right back down. Remember, you want to find that control. So if you feel like the weight's light and just flying on you, work with that grip a little bit. Work with how you're moving those hips, because you should be able to control a lighter weight just as well as you control that heavier weight. That's not what I just did. A little better. Looking good, crew. We got about 20 seconds till we switch sides. We switch in 3, 2, 1. Let's switch it. Going into the left side clean. Looking solid, crew. Get a little sweaty. Keep that core braced. We got 30 seconds to those swings to end round 2. Looking solid, crew. Let's get this ready. We got that two-handed swing in 3, 2, 1. Shoulders back, lock out that core. Let's snap it. Again, squeeze at the top. Shoulders locked back. Core tight, butt tight. Use those hips. Looking solid. We got just 30. We got 15. Crew, we get that break in 3, 2, 1. Catching that breather. Whew. So the next 2 minutes, you're gonna wanna have like a pathway that you can walk on. What it's gonna look like is you're gonna hold that weight with that nice tight wrist on one side as we lunge down towards the end of our walkway. When we get to the end of the walkway, we're gonna do feet nice and wide, hinge it back in that swing. At the top, switch hands, catch it with that clean, turn around, walk back the way you came. And we're gonna be doing that for 2 minutes straight. We're gonna attempt to use this walkway as y'all can see me. So crew, let's shake it on out. Think of it as a lunge walk into single arm swings, into a clean, into a lunge walk where we use that clean switch sides. And crew, that time starts in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm loaded up with that weight. We're gonna lunge down as far as I can. When I get to that end mark, feet nice and wide, hinge back, do my swings, snatch to clean, then I'm gonna switch sides, lunge it back down. Same thing, I'll do my swings, switch sides, lunge it down. Trying to get about 4 steps in. Looking good, crew. Okay. And we lunge it. We get to our end range. Single arm swing so we can switch and clean. We got about 45 seconds here. Looking good. Coming up to the last 20. Still moving that body. And crew, we get that nice little break in 3, 2, 1. Taking that nice little breather. So for this last block, it's body weight. We go 4 times through. We start off with Beetles. So in that one, knees are at 90, shoulders over wrists, that core is tight. Extend opposite leg through as we lift that hand. Come back and switch sides. Options include just working on the kick through or working on that upper torso rotation if you need to break it down. At the end of those 30, we flip it over for a scorpion bridge. We drive up with those hips, reach up over that shoulder, all the way back down, switching sides. Always make sure your hips tap between each one. That takes us low boat into high boat. So high boat, shoulders are locked. We reach for those legs. Low boat, we go out wide. Drive it up, really focusing on that core. And lastly, that alternating V up with legs straight, our knees bent as we go. So crew, go ahead and shake it loose. Let's get ready. 30 seconds per exercise. 4 times through. Where is my mouse? There it is. Okay. Timer's ready. In 3, 2, 1. Let's get those Beetles. Core is tight. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Shoulder over wrist on the ground. Looking good here, crew. We're gonna be switching it over in 3, 2, 1. Scorpion bridge. Drive up, reach over that shoulder all the way down. Switching sides. Good. Focus on that reach. In that bridge. You're feeling booty and back of legs. If you're feeling up top, walk those feet away from you. Boat to low boat in 3, 2, 1. Boat to low boat. Squeezing the top. Control it down. You're working good, crew. We've got those alternating V-ups coming up next. In 3, 2, 1. Alternating V-up. Again, you can bend that knee or keep that leg straight. We got 15. So we go back to Beetles. Round 2 of 4. Crew, let's get ready for Beetles. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. To get through 30 seconds. Always make sure knees go back to 90. We got 10 seconds. So that scorpion bridge. In 3, 2, 1. Scorpion bridge. Up and over. All the way back down. Looking solid, crew. 15 toe boats. Crew, we got that boat, low boat in 2, 1. Pinch at the top. Open up. And pinch. Again, bracing that belly button in that spine. Best effort, can you hold it? You can always hold low or high boat. Squeezing that core. Let's get ready for those alternating V-ups. In 2, 1. V-up. Control it on down. Still using that core. Looking good. We got just 10 seconds. And switching it back to Beetles in 2, 1. Here we go, round number 3. Got just 15. Switching up to that scorpion bridge in 2, 1. Scorpion bridge. Looking solid, crew. Keeping those hips moving. We got boat to low boat next. In 3, 2, 1. Boat it. Low boat. And repeat. Again, squeezing that core. Shoulder blades pinching together. Looking solid. We've got alternating V-ups in 2, 1, V-up, control down. And by now that core should be feeling pretty good. We got 2 minutes of work to go. One final lap here in 15 seconds. Let's get ready. Beetles in 2 and 1. Let's beetle it. Again, kicking on through, keeping that core tight. Crew, we switch it out in 3, 2, 1, scorpion bridge. Looking solid. Again, feeling it. Butt, back and legs. Crew, let's take it back. And a boat to high boat. Last minute of work. Feel that core. Catching fire. Looking solid. We're coming up to the last 30, which means alternating V-ups in 2, 1. Alternating V-up. Control it down. Squeeze it up. Coming up to the last 15. Looking good, crew. We get that break in 3, 2, and 1. Catching that breath, shaking out. That's what we wrote for today. So have a good